Hey, I'm Ray, and I'm the owner of Rose Sign Language Interpreting Company here in Colorado. The topic today, it's a little surprising that I haven't covered this in the past. I've worked as an educational interpreter for several years, and I've yet to do much talking or vlogging or blogging about it. It's a setting that is near and dear to my heart. I love kids. I love the educational process. This is a place where I do a lot of work. So I'm excited to be talking about this today because this is all about improving services for your students and staff even when you're not there. Now, in all of my time as an educational interpreter, I've only ever been a sub. I've never been a staff interpreter. I've been short-term, 45 minutes, while you go do an IEP and then come back to your class. Short-term, maybe I'm there for a few days, and long-term, maybe an entire semester while somebody's on maternity leave. So these are the things that I've learned over the years about how you can make the best use of your sub-interpreter. So this video is for all of you staff educational interpreters out there. I'm going to be covering three main points. We have information, just the information that we need from you to do a good job, housekeeping, and our role in your building. So let's just get started right now. As far as information goes, pretty typical is a subfolder or subnotes. We pick them up in the main office or the interpreter's office. They'll include, the most basic will have a schedule, student names, and language use. Is the student using a PSE case, what have you. This is good information. We need this information. We appreciate that you're providing this. That's the basic information that we expect to find when we arrive at your school, and this will at least get us into the right classroom using something that looks like the sign language that you use with your student. You could go a little further though. In that basic subfolder, you could include a map of your school. I could probably get lost finding the bathroom in your school, so a map is really helpful. A little bit more importantly though, for me, this is something that gives me fits, is knowing what supports your student is used to receiving and what's expected as far as the student's IEP. During tutor time, how much expansion is expected on my part for a new concept versus how much research is expected on the student's part. Am I supposed to be taking the kids to speech or the audiologist, or in the class, am I supposed to be helping monitor IEP goals with data collection? How many times does the student advocate for themselves? How many times is the student getting up to sharpen the pencil? Things like that. Let me know and I'll do it, happily. But I just need to know. An example of why this is important is on any given week, or a 2-week period, say I'm in school A last week, and only by the end of the week did I realize, because I was finally able to talk to another interpreter about it, that the student who I had been really killing myself during tutoring time didn't need all that much help. I'm a sub. For students, I'm usually, just like a sub teacher, a great opportunity to push some boundaries and kind of test their limits. If a student is telling me, this is too hard, the other interpreter always helps me with this, I might believe them. Conversely, I'm at school B the next week, and I have a student saying the exact same thing. And having been burned at the last school, I might think, oh yeah, I'm sure you need a lot of help. Try it yourself. Come to find out, that student actually does need a bit more support on whatever kind of project that is, and I have driven a wedge between him and his sub-interpreter because I didn't believe him when he said that he needed help. He was making an appropriate request for support, and I shut him down. So that's awkward. That doesn't support his IEP goals or her IEP goals. That doesn't support the work that you've already put in to tutoring and interpreting this for this student. And it doesn't support the teacher's goals. So let me know about additional supports that are needed. In addition, let me know about any specialized vocabulary that you've created in any given class. You know, if there's something new coming up, it would be really helpful for you to explain your sign creation conventions as well. Say you're starting a new unit, and you know there's going to be a lot of new and novel vocabulary coming up. How do you like to come up with that? Do you initialize everything? Do you let the students come up with it? Do you work with the student? Do you rely on the TOD to come up with something so that there's more of a school-wide dictionary of common terms that are school-specific? Let me know. Let me know what kind of notes you need from me, what kind of feedback and reporting that you need from me. Are you tracking behavior? Are you tracking projects in class so that you know what's coming up when you come back? Let me know what kind of feedback you want, and I'll give it to you. Let's see. As far as information goes, my last subtopic is additional duties. If you want me on recess duty, great. I'll be there. I'll put on my orange vest and I'll be ready for recess duty, but I need to know the rules at recess. From district to district and even from school to school within the same district, nobody's got the same rules. At this school, you can't run on the blacktop. At this school, you can, but you can't throw the bark that's on the playground. But at this school, you can kind of throw the bark. No one really gets that upset. You see what I mean? Some schools allow a lot more roughhousing than other schools, so it would be very helpful for me to know what is allowed and what isn't allowed. If I'm just out there also as a communication person in case any of the DHH kids need an interpreter to resolve an altercation or to make friends or whatever, let me know who's going to be on recess, because it may not be the student that I've been working with already, and I'm not familiar with all the kiddos. So let me know who I'm going to be working with and who I need to be looking out for. So information, just share with us. Let us know what you need and we'll do it. Our next topic is housekeeping. After several years, I've learned a few things on my own about housekeeping and how I can be a better citizen in your building. I don't bring Indian food anymore for my lunch. As delicious as it is, enough people have made enough polite but very direct comments that they don't appreciate the smell. So I don't do that anymore. I won't leave your microwave in a shambles. If my burrito explodes, I will clean it up, I promise. I do my best to leave things clean, exactly how I found them. With the same spirit of goodwill, if you could tell me where the adult bathroom is, that'd be great. That'd be really great. I can use the little girl's bathroom, sure, but it's awkward. It's awkward. There's little kids running around, there's water splattered, there's pee on the seat. It's not where I want to go to the bathroom, and I would really like to have a little bit more of a dignified situation when I do go to the bathroom. If there's a key situation, please leave me a key if that's needed to get into the adult bathroom. I was in a long-term subbing situation once where a key was needed, and this was a 3-month sub position. A key was needed for the bathroom. I was not allowed to have the key, and every time I had to go to the bathroom, I had to ask another adult to take me to the bathroom. Going to the bathroom is not embarrassing, but asking an adult to take me to the bathroom and unlock the door for me, that's embarrassing. And I was also taking an adult away from their more pressing duties. So just do us all a solid there and make sure we know where the adult bathroom is and that we have access to it. My last point in housekeeping has to do with this bad boy. We all have phones. Most schools have rules about when they are and are not allowed to be out or used, and we understand that and we respect that. That said, we picked up our phone and found out that you needed us to sub for you. So we're here because we picked up our phone. Please don't begrudge us the ability to earn our living in the future just by answering a quick email. And don't begrudge other consumers who need an interpreter by keeping us away from our phones. That said, of course, I'm not saying interpreters should have their phone out all the time and, you know, be interpreting with one hand and scrolling with another. No. But please don't begrudge us the means by which you got a sub and the means by which somebody else will get an interpreter. It's a give and take. Lastly, we've covered information. We've covered housekeeping. Now we're on our role in your building. I've been in enough schools all over the state to know that agency interpreter can sometimes be spoken or signed with some heat. First of all, if you've had a bad experience with an agency interpreter, I'm sorry. That shouldn't have happened. It shouldn't have happened at all. Unless you were harming a child and the agency interpreter saw you doing that, you shouldn't have had a negative experience with an agency interpreter who made you feel like you were being judged or criticized. That shouldn't have been happening. That said, I do think that those situations are rare. I think maybe stereotypes or just some misinformation could be causing some other relational problems between the sub-interpreters from the agency and the staff interpreters at the school. Here's how I see my role in your school, and I think it's very similar to what other sub-interpreters see themselves doing in your school. To me, this is a lot like my life. I don't have children yet. I do have 5 nieces and nephews, and my role with them is primarily as somebody who backs up what their parents tell them to do, and regarding behavior, what have you. I might be very fun, and I might be a nice break from their parents. I'm not saying I'm a nice break from you as an interpreter, but this is just this situation. But I will always back up their parents and their parents' rules. When I spend time with them, I'm not criticizing their parents. When I'm dealing with their parents, I'm not belittling them or trying to make them second guess their parenting decisions. That's not my business. They're wonderful parents. They've been taking care of them all this time. I'm the aunt. I swoop in, I do some fun stuff, I get to connect with my family, and I leave. That's how I see my role as an educational interpreter. I come in, I support what you're doing, I make sure the kids know that they have another adult on their side who does support what they're doing, and then I leave. This is what has worked for me, and like I said, I think a lot of other interpreters in my position as a sub-interpreter see themselves in a similar way. So if you do have maybe some preconceived notions about agency interpreters, maybe just put them on hold and have a chat. Feel them out. Talk to them about some of your concerns. We're happy to talk. Now, that's really all I've got. I would like to open a dialogue between staff interpreters and sub-interpreters because we do all work together. We are the auntie who swoops in to take care of the kids when you're not there. Auntie and uncle. So if you have any questions, comments, if I forgot anything, and I probably did, let me know. I'm at www.rosesignlanguage.com. You can call me at 720-232-8370. Thanks. Have a great afternoon.